Hello, good morning, dear students. Come to our class and subject income tax. And our next topic in income from business. Now, today, income from business only. In this case, when receipts and payments account is given, if in the problem, how it is to be find out the net profit. Okay, if receipts and payments account is given in the problem. Okay, now if receipts and payments account is the summary of cash transactions, it is nothing but cash book. Okay, so receipts and payments account is the summary of cash transactions pertaining to a period, normally for accounting year. Okay, on the debit side, both revenue and capital receipts are recorded. On the payment side, capital expenses and capital and revenue expenses are recorded. Okay, the profit for the year is computed by following steps. First step is take all the revenue receipts relating to the business. Okay. Take all the revenue receipts related to the business only. That is, capital receipts incomes relating to the other heads and personal incomes are to be ignored. Capital receipts, income relating to other heads and personal incomes are to be ignored from this. Okay, next. Second step is take the total of all revenue receipts. Take the total of all revenue receipts. Next, deduct the revenue payments, that is purchase of goods, payment of expenses, etc. So, while deducting the payments, capital expenses like purchase of machinery, etc., and personal expenses like drawings, etc., are not be deducted. Okay, some payments may be partially for business and partially for personal use. In such a case, deduct only proportionate business expenses only. Okay, for example, car maintenance expenses are there, 10,000 is there. 60% of which relates to personal and 40 to the business. Then 4,000 will be taken as deductible expenditure. Okay. Now last step, fourth step is deduct depreciation allowed as per the provisions of Income Tax Act. Okay. So if the total receipts exceeds the above deductions, then the difference is known as profit or income from the business. Similarly, if deductions are more than the aggregate of receipts, it means the loss. Now take the problem. Here the problem is there. The following are the receipts and payments account of Naeem for previous year is given here. Now first debit side, all receipts. Balance, first one balance brought down. It is nothing but cash in hand. Okay. Now sales, to sales 7,25,000, to loan 1 lakh, dividends received 25,000, commission 6,000, sale of defective goods 2,500, to capital 1,25,000, to profit on sale of shares purchased 10 days back 50,000. Okay, now come to payment side. By purchases 3,20,000, by salaries 80,000, by rent 12,000, by printing and stationery 6,000, by machinery 2,28,000, by health insurance for employees check 1,250, income tax so and so, GST so and so, advertisement, trade expenses, household expenses, interest on loan, balance at close 5,05,250. It is the problem given. Is there any adjustments given in the problem? No. Okay. First, come to any the items relating to. For example, first two balance brought down 1,65,000 means nothing but opening cash or bank balance. Okay. Next, the second one is loan received is a capital receipt. So it should not be taken. Dividend received is an exempted income. Dividend received is an exempted income. Now, sale of defective goods, it is a revenue receipt. Now capital 1,25,000 brought into the business is not a revenue receipt. Next one is profit on sale of shares is a short-term capital gain. So purchase of machinery is a capital expenditure. However, depreciation on machinery will be allowed as reduction. Okay. So GST paid will be allowed as reduction, but income tax paid will not be allowed as reduction. Okay. Next one is health insurance premium paid through check is allowed as reduction. And next one is household expenses. You know it better. It is a personal expenditure. That's why it is not allowed as reduction. Next one is balance at close means cash or bank balance at the close at the end. Okay. Now depreciation on machinery. It is assumed that the depreciation on machinery is eligible to just 15%. I already told you in yesterday's class. Okay. Now depreciation on machinery is 2,28,000 into 15%. That comes to 34,200. Okay, it is assumed that the machinery purchase is used more than 6 months. Okay, now come to very easy. If receipts and payments account is given in the problem, just take the all receipts first and less all not all payments, only capital payments. Okay, first one revenue, take the revenue receipts and less revenue payments. That's all. Now the problem is computation of Mr. Naeem income from business for the husband year. Now, first step number one, revenue receipts. First take. Okay, what revenue receipts? Sales. First one, 7,25,000. Next, sale of defective goods and commission 6,000. Take the total of all receipts. It is 1,33,500. Now, second step is deduct revenue payments. That is first one purchase 3,20,000 and next salaries 80,000 and rent is 12,000 and printing and stationery comes to 6,000 and health insurance for employees also 1,250 and GST on that 6,000. Advertisement 15,000 and trade expenses 5,000 and interest on loan is 2,500. Okay, these all are the called revenue payments. Take the total and it should be deducted from the list of the total of the incomes in outer column. So the rest of the amount is 2,85,750. 2,85,750 rupees. Now step number 3 is less depreciation. So depreciation on machinery is 34,200. So income from business is equals to 2,51,550. Okay. Now this is the problem. The problem will be very easy if receipts and payments account is given in the problem and asked to prepare the asked to find out the income or profit and made in the business. Just step is take the total of revenue receipts and take the total of revenue payments and from the total of revenue receipts deduct revenue payments. You will get the income from the business. Okay. Now, next problem. We will discuss next problem also. Okay. Now, here the following the problem is given. The following is the receipts and payment account of Mr. Hari Sadhu. Compute the income from business for the current assessment year. This is the problem. Here, receipts, debit side, balance of cash 4,000, sales 90,000, refund from customs duty penalty 3,000, and winning from lottery 10,000. Okay, rent from properties 18,000, GST collections from the customers 1720, interest on bank deposits 800. Goshala and Mandir collections 2000. From insurance company on the maturity of the life policy refund from income tax is 300. And come to your trade side, purchases 71,500, salaries 14,000, bonus to staff 2,400, medical expenses of the proprietor 3,000, and medical expenses including the staff is 2,000, that is family planning expenses. Now telephone charges 3,800, premium on life policy 1,000, premium on general policy for business is 650, traveling expenses 2,000, donation to prime minister relief fund 3,000, sales tax appeal expenses 1,500, balance at close is 71,970. The total is 1,79,820. This is the problem given. Okay. Now come to one by one. First one is here, as payments are more than receipts, the difference will be taken as the loss actually. Okay. Now a refund from the customs penalty. Customs penalty will not be allowed as deduction actually. Therefore, refund cannot be treated as income. Okay. Next one. Winning from lottery is income from other source. Rent from properties is income from host property. GST collections is a trading receipt. So, if the amount collected is not deposited with the government, then it is taxable. In this problem, collection is given and payment is not yet made. So, on this collection, assessee is liable to pay tax. Okay, now interest on bank deposits is income from other source, not business. Goshala and Mandir collections, it is customary on the part of the traders to levy these amounts for charitable purposes. So, amount received under these heads are not treated as trading receipts. Next one, insurance policy amount is not business receipt. Next, income tax paid will not be allowed as deduction, as such refund of income tax cannot be treated as income. Next, medical expenses to the proprietor will not be allowed as deduction. Next, family planning expenses to the staff. Family planning expenses paid by the company to its employees alone will be allowed as deduction. In this problem, the status of the assessee is individual. Hence, these expenses are not allowed as deduction. Understand? Here, status only is maintained in the business. Okay. So, premium on life policy is a personal expenditure. Hence, it is not allowed as deduction. Next one is donation to Prime Minister Relief Fund will be allowed as deduction from gross total income under the section 80G. Hence, it cannot be allowed as deduction while computing the business income. Now, just you take the first one, revenue receipts. The sales first you take, okay, 90,000 and GST collections 1720. All must be ignored because it is not comes under business income head. Okay, now next total of these is 91,720. Next, less payments. What are they? Revenue payments only. So, purchase are 71,500. Salaries are 14,000. Bonus to staff 2,400. And medical expenses to staff is only 3000, that is 5000 minus 2000. Telephone charges 3800. Premium on general policy for business 650. And traveling expenses are 2000. And sales tax appeal expenses are 1500. So these all expenses must be total in inner column and take the total in outer column. So get your total of all payments, that comes to 98,850. Now you should deduct this amount from your above. But here receipts are very less than the payments. So balancing figure will be the loss from the business. Balancing figure will be loss from the business, that is 7,130 rupees, because payments more than receipts. Okay, now now up to here we all did the problems basing on income from business. Okay, so income from business problems, it is compulsory, it is not important కాదు, very much compulsory problem at your examinations. So practice these problems from this book. Only the illustrations problem just enough for you, just enough for you. For example, we discussed about 8 9 problems. It is more than enough for you, baba. 9 problems more than enough for you for the preparation of examinations. ఇంతకంటే ఒక్క ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కూడా మీకు ఎక్కువ రాదు. Enough, you need not to practice anything. So better to purchase this Hamstrala Publications income tax book only for the first new one, that is assessment year 21 and 22. New book you must purchase. Okay, now next one is the income from business topic is over. Now come to the topic is income from profession. Income from profession. So in this one, here, what is meant by profession? You know very well, business is different from profession actually. So what is the profession? Doctors, chartered accountants, వృత్తుల వాళ్ళు, వృత్తుల పని వాళ్ళు అంటారు. ఇలాంటి వాళ్ళందరూ ప్రొఫెషనల్స్ అనమాట. ఓకేనా? సో హౌ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఇన్కమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ప్రొఫెషన్. Okay, how to calculate income from profession. Okay, now this is the problem. Now you must know first one, what is the capital and revenue receipt. Before going to the problem, what is meant by capital and revenue receipts? You know, when you know, receipts are two types. What is that? Revenue receipts and capital receipts. If a receipt is a regular or routine or recurring, then it is known as what? Revenue receipt. Okay, so which is to be considered as income and hence it is taxable. If the receipt is a casual or non-recurring, then it is a capital receipt, which may or may not be taxable. For example, the capital gain is taxable, whereas the capital receipts are not taxable. So in the Income Tax Act, the returns are neither defined nor any guidelines are available here. Okay, next, nature of the, it depends on nature of assets. If a receipt on account of fixed asset is a capital receipt. So while a receipt against a circulating asset is called revenue. Okay, if you are purchasing any asset, fixed asset means it is a capital expenditure. It is a capital expenditure. Okay, now we'll discuss by tomorrow because it is already time is up. Okay, now.